Common views of Australia can now be impacted on by many different beliefs. These beliefs play a major role in what Australia is to us as individuals, how we see it now, how far we have progressed, and the direction of where to go to next. Shirley Hess is an Australian born with a British cultural heritage. She has been living as a citizen of Australia since she was born in 1927. Her father Gordon and mother Sylvie migrated out to Australia a few years prior to Shirley being born in 1927. After moving here, Shirley's family took little time in adapting to the new culture they were going to experience living within Australia. It has been noted that British migration over to Australia has played one of the major roles in helping shape Australia into the country it is today. Shirley told me that the movement of her father and mother was warranted highly because of the close cultural background of both British and Australian heritage. This move was also spurred along by the White Australia policy before it was phased out in the late 19th century. It was also stated within the interview that the move out to Australia was brought on by the description of this land being the New Britain. In the back of her father's mind when deciding to move out here, a better work environment played heavily on determining the final decision. The opportunity for new work was an offer that couldn't be turned down. Initially, this seemed as the move presented to be quite easy, but this was far from the case. When asked about any challenges, Shirley stated that her father found it quite difficult to find these new working opportunities at first. As he did not have anything lined up when moving here, the family would wait for the right line of work to present itself. He also stated he found it quite challenging to fit into the area they had moved to. This area was heavily populated with Indigenous Australians that felt very hurt and hard done by as a result of the British immigration movement and the declaration of the Terra Nullius Law. This gave the British the ability to claim ownership over no one's lands, even if the Indigenous Australians had previously been living there. Over time, as the laws changed and Australia moved more towards equality within their culture, they began feeling a lot more comfortable and accepted within the community. Shirley also informed even though they are only minuscule events, she still holds on to small traditions like a Sunday afternoon meeting with friends for tea and scones or the traditional Sunday night roast in an attempt to keep her British family roots alive. Clearly it has shown over the years that Australia has been largely impacted based on the immigration of British settlers in the late 18th century. This migration has led to many other countries from around the globe beginning their opportunity to migrate to Australia. As a result of this, it has provided us with the highly multicultural country that we live in that allows for opportunity and growth for any person living out here. Had this migration not happened, the predominantly white Australia that we now live in would not be the same and would be largely populated with the original custodians and Indigenous Australians of this great country. Shirley is living proof that the British migration to Australia has been very influential on the country we now live in and that without this movement, it would not be the country it is today.